We are back. Private Party versus the Young Bucks just underway. So back, Private Party versus the Young Bucks. I reckon Young Bucks are gonna go for the W tonight. I reckon they're gonna win. So guaranteed. Then next fight's gonna be Chris Jericho for sure. Finish off with John Moxley, Bryan Danielson. Is there going to be a surprise element? Is there going to be something that happens in that main event? We'll soon see. So after this, we're down to the last two matches, which are going to be Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley. Big question is though, is Shane McMahon going to be joining AEW tonight? So currently, we've got the Young Bucks versus Private Party. Question is though, will Shane McMahon Will Shane McMahon come into AEW or not? That's the big question. Who's going to win this? I wonder. Personally, I think the Young Bucks will win. Near full right there for the Private Party. But Young Bucks EVPs, they're going to book themselves to win. So still got Chris Jericho versus Mark Briscoe, and then we have the main event, which is Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley. Should be interesting for sure. One who's going to win between Mark Briscoe and Chris Jericho. That's for the ROH Championship. Then we've got the final match for the AEW World Championship. Feel free to ask me anything whilst we watch this. Whilst there's a watch along for this, feel free to ask me anything you wish. Ooh. Doomsday dropkick from the Young Bucks. I feel like, as I said, the Young Bucks are going to win this one. Nasty drop kick there. EVP trigger done. Yeah, it's going to retain who we want to, and then oh no, they kicked out. Private Party kicked out the EVP trigger. This is the thing, yeah, is that when they pull out their finishers, they why do they kick out? You know, finisher's meant to be a finisher. You know, it just happens too often. Oh, EVP trigger, both of them collided. Another two count. Another two count there. TK driver and the Young Bucks retain. Not surprised by the Young Bucks retaining there. Next up's gonna be Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. Not surprised. EVP is gonna book themselves to win. So personal thoughts there. Who's gonna win in the main event tonight though? Bryan Danielson or John Moxley? That's the biggest question, isn't it? Definitely not surprised by the Young Bucks retaining. Next up, Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. Is Big Bill gonna get involved? See, now this angle is actually pretty good because he's talking about his dead brother, who died in a car crash, and I'm quite looking forward to how this turns out. A bit of storytelling in with it isn't too bad for sure. It's what we need from AW, a bit more of that storytelling, bit more of that, as I was just saying, story behind it, and not just good matches. That they do put on good matches, but we do also need that storytelling element with it as well. So quite glad about that. Decent build. Chris Jericho just making his entrance. First one to come out. Coming out with Big Bill. I think it's about, is Big Bill going to get involved? Can he get involved? Maybe they're going to put the title on Jericho to potentially, carry the ROH brand forward, especially with the new deal that AEW have got. JR's just joined commentary for the final two matches. Good to see JR. It's good to see the attendance figures up for this, though. A lot better than Dynamite the other night for sure. It was reported that they had only 900 seats all filled in the building of a 12,000 arena. So that's good. I don't know whether I rate Chris Jericho's new persona, the whole high guys, that stuff. But fair play to him. Mark Briscoe just making his entrance. Feel free to get involved in the chat, guys. You're more than welcome to ask me anything whilst we watch this. Give the video a thumbs up as well. Would help out if you wouldn't mind. So everyone's thoughts who's going to win this match. Chris Jericho or Mark Briscoe. So Mark Briscoe just going after Chris Jericho at the minute. Some kicks in the corner. Punches. Mark Briscoe's a bit over Chris Jericho at the minute. Or code breaker from Chris Jericho. Is this going to be a quick squash match? I hope not. I hope not. We're just going to get straight to the main event after this one. It's mad to see though the transformation though that Chris Jericho's had over the years. Like it was one point he was quite looked well, looks decent in shape, but clearly the age is getting to him a little bit. But as I say, I think Chris Jericho might get the title just to, carry that ROH brand and try and do a bit more with it. It's pretty what TK wants. A bit of name star power. Elbow on the outside to Chris Jericho from Mark Briscoe. Chair just being thrown inside of the ring from Mark. So Mark Briscoe just on the outside there, and he's got Chris Jericho on the chair. He's beating him up on the chair. Feel free to get in touch, have a chat. He's watching pay-per-view or not? What's the thoughts on the pay-per-view so far? I've been watching it. Orange Cassidy just came in, interfered. Hit Big Bill. Hit Big Bill. Some Superman punches. Making a bit of an even playing field there because Orange Cassidy came out. Smart Briscoe has just put Chris Jericho back into the ring. Chop in the middle ring from Mark. Coming up next is the main event. So just on the outside of the ring in a minute. So Chris Jericho just on the upper hand at the minute against Mark. Slamming his head up against the steel steps. It's currently Chris Jericho's on top now, just punching Mark Briscoe. Top Hurricane Runner from top. Mark Briscoe just hitting back. It's a bit of a tough one to call this one. As I say, I think Chris Jericho's gonna win this match. Personal opinion. We'll soon see. Some decent shots there by Mark, by Big Mark. So Chris Jericho just looking for the walls of Jericho right now against Mark Briscoe. He's got it. Is he gonna tap though? Is he gonna tap? So Chris Jericho just got slammed for a table. It's a decent match, this one. It's not too bad in the minute. Mark Briscoe just going to the top rope. What's he gonna do from the top? Oh, code breaker. Briscoe went to do something for the top, but then got a code breaker from Chris Jericho. Oh, two count, near enough for three for Chris. So now this is the co-main event, yeah, because obviously Chris Jericho, Mark Briscoe, and then up next is John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, it's questionable. Is Shane McMahon going to have something to do with this? I mean, it's been debated. Is Shane going to come into AEW into the picture, essentially with the John Moxley angle? Soon see, I guess. Jesus effect from Chris Jericho too, Mark. He hasn't gone for the automatic cover though. He's just staring him down. It hasn't done much. Wonder what he's thinking. Has everyone been watching the pay-per-view as it is currently or not? Obviously, got the news that Adam Cole has returned. Big news. I think that's going to be a feud with MJF for sure. Jay Driller from Chris Jericho onto Mark Briscoe. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. Kick out from Mark Briscoe there on the 2 count. It was an earful. I think Chris Jericho's quite surprised that Mark kicked out of that one for sure. Mark Briscoe just getting fired up. Trading shots in the center. Ooh. Death Valley driver from Mark. He's just going to the top rope action here from Mark. Froggy bow from Mark. Is Mark going to get the cover of the 1, 2, 3 for his brother? Point up to the sky. Ooh, Jay Driller. Is it going to be a 1, 2, 3? 3, yep. And Mark Briscoe gets it done with a Jay Driller. Still Ring of Honor champ. You know, I'm not surprised to some degree, but I don't know. I was thinking they could put the title on Jericho, carry the ROH brand, get a bit of name value, get a bit of star power, but nope. Mark Briscoe retains ROH Championship. So next match on the card is obviously the main event, which is John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Interesting. Is there got to be something that happens? Is Shane McMahon going to make an appearance? That's the question. Full Gear next pay-per-view November 23rd. Main event time. John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, AEW World Championship. Big question. Is there going to be a surprise in this? Already had one, Adam Cole returning tonight. Is it going to be a second? I mean, I was hoping for Bobby Lashley to come into the picture tonight, but he hasn't done so at the minute. Is it going to be something? Is it, you know what? Is Bobby Lashley going to come into the picture here? Obviously, it's going to be the Hurt Business, isn't it? But it's not, I don't know. Surprised they haven't pulled the trigger on Bobby Lashley yet. Or then you got the potential Shane McMahon appearance as well. Conversation's been happening with Tony Khan and the Young Bucks as well. Pictures were circulating, has been reported. Just have a video package at the minute for John Moxley and Bryan Danielson. Also got Bryan Danielson choking out John Moxley with a cable. Oh, clothesline there by Moxley. Bryan Danielson theme music's still going on. Why is the music still going on? Oh, drop kick with the chair. Drop kick with the chair to Moxley. Just to get the rattle up, man, with a yes, yes, yes chance. We're going to get a special surprise. We're going to get Shane O'Mac come into the picture. I wonder, is it going to be here comes the money? So Moxley just trying to choke out Bryan Danielson right at the minute. As suplex from Danielson. Yes, 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 chance. Kick out from Moxley. Feel free to get it on, talk in the chat, guys. More than happy to. Moxley just on the outside. Oh, Bryan Danielson just going to the outside there, hitting Moxley. I'm hoping for something to happen here in this main event. You know, I'm hoping for something like Shane McMahon to make an appearance or something like that's been speculated. So we'll soon see if that actually does happen. Danielson just going to the outside there, hitting John. Fighting a minute on the table. If we can get to 10 likes in this, guys, I will provide a link. So if you're not watching, 10 likes, we get a link. Oh, right on the announce table. Moxley just plummeting Danielson on the announce table. Some FU Moxley chants going on in the building. Nasty, nasty dump on the announce table. From Moxley to Danielson. Just getting a called, Moxley just getting a called, wrapping it round Danielson's teeth. Still on the outside. Moxley's just putting Danielson back into the ring, or back on the edge of the ring. Moxley's just covering Danielson's face on the outside, giving a nice elbow to the neck. Marina Shafir interfering against Danielson. Is there going to be some interference? Is there going to be something that comes to Danielson's rescue? I wonder. Or is it going to be an onslaught and we're going to get a Shane McMahon appearance, which is what we're hoping for? It's been speculated. I'm hoping for him to come into play here. So, as has been ongoing discussions with TK and the Young Bucks. So, we'll soon see. Slow moving at the minute. Slow moving. Moxley just went for a cover and it was a 1 count. If we can get 10 likes in here, guys, I'll provide a link. Kick to the neck there from Moxley to Danielson. Danielson just laying in the ring. Moxley just standing over him. Moxley just chopping Danielson in the middle of the ring. Some chops on the ropes there from Moxley to Danielson. Danielson just going back with some more chops. Another cover from Moxley. It's a 1 count. Feel free to get involved, guys, in the chat. More than welcome to. You can have a chat along. What are you thinking about tonight's pay-per-view? If you're watching, let us know. If not, big return tonight. Adam Cole making a return. Probably going to be feuding with not MVP, MJF by the sounds of it. Crowd on Bryan Danielson's side for certain, chanting F him up. Going for his neck. That's what Mox is going for. He's going for his neck, going for his back. Targeting that area. Who's watching, guys, let us know. If not, if provide 10 likes to this live stream, we can get a link in here. No problem. So give it a thumbs up to the stream, we can get a link in. Sharina just ripping up the outside mat at the minute, exposing the concrete floor. Like I said, guys, if we get 10 likes in here, we can get a link in. It's not a problem. Feel free to engage, comment. More than welcome to. He's watching this. He's watching at the minute, or you're not. Moxley just on the concrete at the minute. He's about to do something to Danielson on the concrete floor. Back body drop just performed on the concrete. Yes, chance going throughout the building. Danielson just on the top rope at the minute. Danielson just doing some yes kicks in the corner. Nice drop kick there in the bottom rope to Moxley. Just both guys on the top rope at the minute. Suplex from Danielson from the top rope. Danielson just getting a bit pumped up at the minute. Slapping the side, the turnbuckle. Danielson on the top rope. What's he going to do from the top? Was about to do the diving headbutt, Chris Benoit style there. Missed it. Curb stomp from Moxley. 2 count. Moxley on the bulldog at the minute to Danielson. Trying to get Danielson to tap. Not happening at the minute. Drive knees to Danielson's side there. He's targeting the back of his head. I mean, that's what he's going for at the minute. He's targeting the back of his head, Danielson's head. But John Moxley in complete control at the minute. Is it going to be like All In, where Swerve had the upper hand for quite a bit at the time and then Danielson came back? Pile driver from Danielson to Moxley. Just both guys just laying flat on the mic, flat on the mat with the ref counting. Is there going to be a big payoff tonight, at WrestleDream? Is there going to be a surprise? Already had one tonight. Already had one. Six count from the ref. Still counting. Moxley back up. I see someone reacted to the poll there. Shane Mack appearance tonight. I agree. I agree. I think he is, especially with all of the talks that's been going on. Had that Adam Cole turned up tonight, going for MJF. Both guys just teeing off in the middle of the ring at the minute, back and forth. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see Adam Cole back for sure, Kevin. I think he's definitely going to be feuding with MJF. That's the way they've set it up. So, yeah, I was actually all in this year, and I was hoping for Adam Cole to make an appearance there, but he didn't. But no, good to see him back though. I think they just need Adam Copeland back now, isn't it? Too many injuries. There's quite a few injuries that have happened in AEW, which is a bit of unfortunate. Cheers for the comment though, Kevin. Much appreciated, mate. Was it you that voted on the poll? You think Shane McMahon's coming tonight, making an appearance? I hope he does. Be good. Figure hopefully he'll get some headlines as well. Yeah, no, I hope he does. I hope he does. Especially with that Vince McMahon documentary coming out. That name's quite big in the news at the minute with what's going on. So could bring a few eyes to the product for sure. Whether that's for good reasons or bad. Maria Shafir just getting involved there. Oh. Are you watching as well, Kevin? Yeah, potentially, mate. Potentially. To be fair, I want Christian Cage to continue on that feud with Adam Copeland Edge. Well, so we've got mixed opinions here. Some people are saying no. We've got 75% saying yes. Shane McMahon's going to make an appearance tonight, and 25% saying no so far. It's going to be interesting. Appreciate everyone though voting in on the poll. Crowd's definitely behind Bryan Danielson. Not surprised. Not surprised. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good to see Swerve back. I thought that's when they was going to introduce Bobby Lashley, to be honest with you, but that didn't happen. I was expecting Bobby Lashley to come out at that point. because rumor has it that, well, I did do a video on it myself that, Bobby Lashley has signed with AEW. So I thought they was going to pull the trigger on it there and then with that MVP segment, but and Shelton Benjamin, but it didn't happen. Just some yes stomps in the middle of the ring. Danielson just has a label lock on John Moxley. Moxley just going towards the edge of the ropes there. He's trying to get to the ropes. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, as you're saying, Kevin, who he takes on next. I wonder who. I feel like Switchblade, though, is an underutilized talent, though, within AEW. That's the thing with AEW rosters so stacked with good wrestlers that it's too stacked, Will Ospreay commented on it in one of his latest segments. There's too many wrestlers for TV time, sadly. But Jay White is good, though. Jay White is good. Yeah, I think it's just one of the problems with AEW. Like, the wrestling's really good, but I don't know. It's just the roster's too stacked. Keep on signing people. Y- You watching as well? You watching, Kevin, or not? Cheers. Whereabouts are you, Kevin? Anyway, whereabouts you based, mate? Whereabouts you live? Danielson's just on the top rope with Moxley. Just done a backdrop. USA, New Jersey. Oh, nice, nice. I'm from the UK. It's 4:48 in the morning to 10 to 5 in the morning. It's late, late over here. Yeah, yeah. It's late, man. It's late. That's the problem when covering US, like American sports. Like, I watch UFC, wrestling, like my hockey. It's a problem. I'm actually going New York actually in December to catch a Rangers game. So that should be good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's 5 hours behind, isn't it? Yeah, I wish I was in America, mate. Danielson just got Moxley in a triangle in the middle of the ring, just giving some elbows. Yeah, no, thanks, thanks. It should be good. Yeah, look forward to it. Danielson just done the bazooka knee to Moxley, but he kicked out after two. Clothesline from Moxley. It's just gone for the cover. It's a 2 count, and Danielson kicks out. It's just Moxley's just taunting the crowd. That Mick done the gun finger signs. Death Rider to to Danielson. So one count kicks out. Slowly yes chants from the crowd just to try and motivate Danielson. Moxley just talking to Danielson, saying you made me do it. Then Danielson spits in his face, slaps him. Yeah, that was mad. Looks a bit nasty, that one, didn't it? So Moxley just trying to choke out Danielson at the minute. Oh, the bell's been called. What's happened there? Time limit. What does that mean? So John Moxley beat Danielson. So that means it's the end of his full-time career. Bryan Danielson's it's the end of his career, full-time anyway in the ring. It was a bit anticlimactic. That I must admit, I thought it was going to be a bit more. Wasn't the best ending for sure. I know TK's missed the pay-per-view, but I don't know. That felt a bit flat to me. Yeah, I was expecting better. I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right, does it, Kev? It's a bit. If that's it, I'm disappointed. If that's it, I'm disappointed. Yeah, same. Oh, he's got the bag out. Jeez. Well, Shane McMahon going to make an appearance, or someone going to make an appearance and help out Bryan Danielson, maybe. Yeah, that's a surprise, isn't it, Joel? Man, that's a surprise. Yeah, I must admit, Joel, I feel like I don't necessarily get it myself if I'm completely honest. I think around the time when Danielson was in the WWE, I think I kind of switched off from wrestling at that point. No, 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 100% not. Personally, anyway, I agree with you on that. So really, you it's just going to put the bag around Bryan Danielson's head. It's that bag stunt again. So- Vince, don't know about Vince. I don't know about Vince. Vince is definitely laying low, isn't he? He's making the most in it before he has to go court. Yeah, so he had the bag on. He had the bag on. They're just going to town on Danielson, man. Jesus. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. There's quite a lot of people in the ring at the minute. It's hard to distinguish a lot of them. You know, a lot of security in there. Moxley just walking off. Darby Allin's tied up in the corner. Is this how they're gonna leave it? Just Danielson just laying flat out. Hmm. I don't get why they're overdoing it with this bag element. Like, this getting all the stretchers out and EMTs and paramedics basically, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, no, it's very part time, isn't it? It probably is. It probably is over here as well. Yeah, it probably would be classed as that. But for the for the purpose of storytelling, I mean, come on, it's a bit like I can understand it's soap opera, like, and it's planned to the story, but yeah, I don't get why it's rinse and repeat. and that's how they closed out the pay per view. Was basically just Moxley. No, sorry, not Moxley. Fucking know what I'm talking about. It's late over here. Um, with Bryan Danielson just laying there. uh, I was expecting better. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting better, but that's me. I mean, you probably think the same, Joe, isn't it? That they should have done a better job there. Well, that's the thing, yeah. It's not even believable. Like it genuinely isn't believable for me, anyway. For me, and as Kevin, yeah, exactly, Kev. I think bad ending. Just at that rate, they should have ended it with Adam Cole coming back. Oh, Jesus, why they got to end it like that? That's just the same old crap, isn't it? Personally, no, it wasn't. That's not the way to do it. I don't understand why let's go down the same route. They've already done that anyway. They've already done exactly the same thing, which is do the whole bag trick. Yeah, that was another cringe one, wasn't it, Joe? When they done the exploding barbed wire match and it was just all over the place, and I think they triggered it at the wrong points as well. Yeah, I'm disappointed, mate. Come on, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sad I stayed up to watch that. To be honest, uh, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The thing is, though, is where's that going to go now in terms of storyline? Because it was all about Danielson's career, his last match. He's going to go part time after this, and or whatever he was meant to do. But but yeah, no, it's just terrible. I don't know what they're going to go in terms of storyline there. I suppose my poll was completely wrong. I think I voted myself at 43% yes, and I mean I got that completely wrong, didn't I? But I mean, it's to wishful thinking, right? I think sometimes we wish for the best things in AEW, and they just turn it into complete crap. But you know what? The thing is with Tony Khan, he's missed the pay per view, right? A lot of people say he pulls off on the pay per views, but I don't know, that ending felt so flat. As Joel said, you know, it wasn't good enough. The whole fakeness in it. I get it's a soap opera. I get it's entertainment, but Joel just proper ripping into AEW now. But you know what would be interesting to find out what them talks are actually about, whether that actually comes to fruition or not. Whether it actually comes to light on on whether what these talks were about and what was actually taking place. Never know. He could come when Vince dies. The problem, I feel sorry for Shane because I mean, I watched the Vince documentary. A lot of it already knew, but when you look at his personal relationship with Shane, I feel sorry for Shane because I think he put a lot on the line for the business, and it- I think he deserved to have that to own the WWE. Be passed down to his children. But Vince is just too stubborn. Nah, I don't see why he would. It's not going to be. The thing is, as well, is he's done it for what's he now, 92. Like it's not 92, but he's done it for that many years, and he's built it up to what it was to then do it all over again. I don't know. No, maybe with his name behind it, with his name power, people might get behind it. But after all this stuff that's come out, I don't know about it. To be honest with you, Joel. Yeah, 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 he does. Yeah, because he's had to sell off all of his stocks, isn't he? It's either that or he's going to do a partnership with TK if that is an option for him, whether that's viable. But yeah, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see. As I said, I think Vince is laying low, big time, with all this lawsuit stuff. He could. I just don't see it happening personally. Look, with all this stuff that's coming his way, I can't see it happening. I think his reputational damage is just too much. Yeah, Kev, he honestly did. I think he got bad treatment, 100% from his dad, and it's sad because that's his son, and I think he put a lot on the line for the business, and just to try and to get his dad's approval. That is true. That is true. But then it's about who would actually want to work for him. I mean, money talks, but is it sustainable? Is it sustainable for him? If he was to do that, it'd be interesting. Yeah, he could just gun after him, but you got to understand as well. He's got his what's it? His son-in-law. He's got Triple H there, isn't he? Is he going to go head to head? Yeah, Kev. It's, you know what? Watching the documentary, and I understand a lot of it was already known, like in terms of what Vince and what he's done. But seeing that though, and the interactions with his dad, and the reason why Shane left, it was quite obvious. I genuinely do feel sorry for him. Yeah, yeah. Didn't they? What was that pay per view that they done with where it was just pure women wrestling? I forgot what it was. I forgot. I literally forgot what it was. For fuck's sake, I can't. It's, I know for well that had a paper. I think it was the Women's Revolution or something like that, and they had the whole women's pay per view. And I'm just thinking, who tuned into that? That's the thing. I miss stuff like the Attitude Era, despite it being part of its time and just it was a whole different time back then. The whole Attitude Era for me was definitely the peak, and I think a lot of people will agree. Definitely the peak in terms of wrestling storylines and everything else, for sure. Yeah. I tell you who I do believe is Nia Jax. I think she's known for injuring a lot of them, isn't she? So if anyone's believable out of the women, it's probably Nia Jax. For sure, for sure. I think I said it earlier on the stream that just her sitting on people was probably a devastating move in its own. But the thing is, though, is that it's just pure negligence as well on Nia Jax, for sure. But no, it'll be interesting to see though where this storyline goes. I guess I think it was a bad ending, but yeah, yeah, no, it was. And I think look, I think just going to what you're saying there, Kev. I think that's the problem. The competition gap is so wide. It's like AEW is competing against NXT. NXT is the developmental for WWE. You like see what I'm saying? It's not good enough. But it's definitely saying that though, it is in a far better place though, the wrestling space than where it was a few years ago for sure. It's the only one. God. Oh, well, that's the thing, Joel. Yeah, a lot of people will say, women's wrestling is the toilet break, isn't it? And I'm gonna, say it out here. When I was when I went to All In and it was the women's matches, I must admit, for what was it? Oh, Mercedes Monet, that Mercedes Monet match, a lot of people, everyone just went to the toilet. It was just known for that. It was just known for that. Where do I think the story goes now with Moxley? I have no idea. If I'm completely honest with you, it just seems like as if the locker room's divided. It could. I think this was the ideal time to maybe get Shane in. I think maybe they get him in at Full Gear, which is the next pay per view, because it seems like as if there's a divide. They're going down this whole invasion type angle. Uh, that's the way it's looking to me. Whether they expand on it, but the same old trick again on pay per view. It's not good enough. The bag around the head. It's just the same old thing. At least come up with something a bit different. I was expecting Lashley to make an appearance tonight, potentially Shane. Glad we got Adam Cole back, but I mean, I've no idea, mate. But I think they're just going to continue on with the angle. I mean, no, I agree. It's part of the equality, though, isn't it? That's the problem, Joel. Look, you got to look at society, isn't it? You know, this day and age, it's scrutinised, isn't it? You got to put the women there, and they're just trying to do right by that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it is, and as I said, it's just for equality purposes, isn't it? You know, it's just for that. It's just for the equality purposes. That's the reason why they're doing that for certain. And especially when I was going down the whole PG era, you know, just trying to get all the brand sponsors, they have to put that at the forefront, don't they? And just try and get more eyes on the product, more girls, females' eyes on the product, I guess. But that's the one thing that I don't like about wrestling, right? Is when it is too obvious. You know, like obviously we know that it's scripted entertainment, but when it gets to the point where you get these easy botches, you know, which shouldn't be botched, like over the top rope stuff, it just makes it where it's completely non-believable. Like I understand, you know, it's not real, whatever, but when or I say not real, you know, some of it's scripted and all that stuff. But it's just ridiculous when they're just, you know, flying over the top rope and it's just laughable. Hence why I watch stuff like Botchamania. But yeah, uh, I think the women just need to up their game. You know, as you said, Rhea Ripley's good at what she does. Nia Jax is very believable because she legitimately hurts half the roster and puts them out for injury. But yeah, for sure, for sure. And back to your point, Kev, I think that's the problem. You know, it wasn't a new angle that they was trying to go down tonight. You know, with that main event, it was very lackluster in terms of the payoff in the end. I don't get what TK's doing with that. It should have at least elevated that storyline a bit more. To me, it didn't elevate it at all. Um, they, the women's rumble match is absolutely horrible. If it tried to make real, they would have Nia win. And yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, yeah, just like legitimately get Nia Jax to just sit on all of them. Exactly. They couldn't move her. They could. Uh, I think that yeah, mm, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, I agree with you though. Yeah, Joel, mate, you should start your own promotion for sure. I'm pretty sure you can come up with a better ending than what just happened there with WrestleDream. That's the thing. I think they should have a certain standard. They should have like a certain standard when it comes to like women's wrestling in general. Like, I understand the hype between Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill could not wrestle. She can't, and that's why she had to go developmental and you know spend a couple months there. And even now, what's she doing now? It's not good. Um, Pot Potentially, I don't know. I just think it's just cheap booking, just cheap booking. I don't believe so, Rahil. I think that's just storyline, mate. I think it's just storyline. I don't see it being legit. You know, I think it was it yourself, Joel, who commented saying, you know, it's attempted murder. Someone said it was attempted murder in the US, but I think they're just going down like you know that legit storyline there. But yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I won't worry, mate. And I agree with you, Joel. Live is nice. Live is nice. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's the thing. I mean, AEW was built up as a company, right, to grow new talent. And what new talent are they growing? You know, you could argue they've grown Swerve, but putting the belt back on, you know, well-known guys like John Moxley. Bryan Danielson. What's it doing for the company? Well, why don't they put that belt back on MJF? Have a feud with some up and coming stars. What are they doing? Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. It's just the same old, same old. And I remember seeing a report that he wants to do a lot more of that whole death match wrestling type of style element. Hence why he was going up against Darby Allen at one point. I don't know. He needs more motivation. John Moxley does for sure. Yeah, I agree with you, Kev. I think Jade does and need more learning. I think she still does to get in. To be honest with you. See, that's an interesting thing there, Joel, because I haven't heard much about Kenny Omega recently, if I'm completely honest. I know Kenny was a big part of the brand when he came in, for sure. But he hasn't been seen, has he? He hasn't been seen in a while, unless I'm wrong. I haven't. Yeah, I think Kenny Omega's main focus was on the AEW game, wasn't it? It was mainly tied down to the AEW game. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that real. I saw that. Yeah, it was to me that was a bit of an odd finish. It didn't look as if he was meant to do it. I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird the way that happened. And I was saying to the guys in the chat. I don't know whether you was here, but I was saying to them, look, that's felt really weird. I don't get it for sure. And he wasn't even choked out at that point. There was nothing like that. Well, that's the thing, Joe. I don't know why. Yeah, you get a lot of these wrestlers do really good in New Japan. Even Ricochet doing really good in Japan. We had some good matches, and then they come over to the states, and then for some reason they fall flat. It doesn't really it doesn't translate well. Uh, Kevin, who goes up against Moxley now? I think it's just going to be that invasion angle, isn't it? It's going to be probably Darby Allen. Well, Darby Allen was in there. Who else was in there? Wheeler Yuta, but obviously Wheeler Yuta is now siding with Moxley. Well, that's the thing, Joel. Look, where they utilising people like Okada. Like, if Okada's on the card, it's quite low down. Like when I saw when I was at AEW All In, he was at in the gauntlet match. Like, people were begging to see Okada. There was like, especially over here in the UK, we want to see Okada. We want to see some good Japanese wrestlers and all that. But they didn't utilize him at all. They're putting him in just jobber spots. 5-minute spots. It's not good enough. And this is the thing with the bloated roster. The roster is so bloated that they can't put together good matches with all of the people that have got on the card, like on the roster. The roster's good, but they haven't got the time. And if they ain't got the time for the big guys, where are they putting the time in the mid card guys? Yeah, no, that's the thing though, Joel. He could regret not going to WWE, but then I think it's more so the work schedule. When you look at a lot of people and the reason why they're taking these contracts from TK rather than WWE, majority of it is probably because of the work schedule. But now that WWE are now putting back on that because you've got talent from WWE getting injured on house shows, they might actually look towards WWE as more viable now. That's the reason why Will Ospreay took that job with AEW was because of the work schedule. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing at the end of the day. Yeah, is who's going to pay the most amount of money for the least amount of work. These people are getting paid a lot of money. Yeah, that are in AEW to do work 1 day a week, 2 day a week, and of course they're going to take it. Of course they're going to take the money. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they take the money? Exactly, and that's my point, Joel. But when they was negotiating these contracts at that point in time, it probably wasn't known that they was going to scale back that much. I think it's to be seen how far back they scale back in terms of doing house shows. But at that point in time, when Okada was signing the contract between AEW or WWE, same with Will Ospreay, it wasn't known then, was it? Exactly, exactly, and it's cut back a lot already since then. I just think, as I said, it's about how much money can the talent make for the least amount of time in the ring. You know, let's be real. If I could work 2 day a week and earn the same amount of money that I would do 5 day a week, I'd go, yeah, well, I'll work 2 day a week then. You know, and it depends really what the motivation is. A lot of the people that are wrestling, especially on the back end of their career, so you got your Bryan Danielsons, you got your John Moxleys, they're going to be taking that payday. Your Mercedes Monet's payday, Mercedes Monet, Sasha Banks isn't at the back end of her career, but a lot of these wrestlers are just thinking about the money, aren't they? Well, he's a mark. That's the thing. They're gonna take the piss out of him, aren't they? They're gonna take the piss and just command as much money. They'll go, Tony's a mug. Tony's a twat. He'll pay me, and I'll get my money, and that's it. And I can't blame them because if I was in that position, I'd do exactly the same. I'd take that money and I'd do my shifts for AEW if I was them, and I'll go, cheers, Tony, thanks. But yeah, no, it's a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of a weird one where this whole dynamic of AEW and that storyline, that end storyline goes, because that was flat. That was so flat. No elevation, nothing, nothing. I think maybe, as I said, maybe more of that invasion, divide between locker room role, which could then come in for Shane McMahon to make an appearance at Full Gear. Shane McMahon won't make an appearance any. If he does come in, he won't make an appearance until a pay per view for sure. He's not going to come in on a Dynamite or anything like that. That's 100%. Brian Cage won a belt. Duh, duh, duh. Full Gear is in November. I think it's November. Let's quickly check. Actually, I think it's November the 12th. I could be wrong. They did say it on the pay per view. I'm just double check now for you. Oh, November 23rd. November 23rd. So the back end of November is Full Gear. Joel, who you talking about there, mate? No worries, Kevin. No worries, mate. Yeah, so November 23rd. I think it's just going to be a build around, maybe. I think between now and Full Gear, it's going to be a build between, I think, Brian Danielson and all of that lot. Oh no, I didn't understand who you was talking about. As in, I never got her in WWE. Who was you talking about? Talking about Tony. Oh, you mean Tony Storm? Okay. That's the thing though, with the Tony Storm gimmick. It is getting a bit too old, isn't it? For sure, for sure. Oh, you mean, okay, Sasha Banks. See, yeah, I, I've always seen Sasha Banks, just her in general, as a bit too cocky. I don't like that, and it automatically turns me off of someone like if they're massively too cocky. And as you said, can't wrestle. So you're cocky. Not only are you cocky, you think you're the bee's knees. You think you're all it, but then you can't back it up. It just, yeah, she needs to be a bit more level-headed. I think that's even outside of the ring. Outside the ring, um, I get the same opinion as well, is that she's a bit too up herself. And yeah, Britt is better. I think it was reported that she had a bit of a falling out with like some AEW staff. But yeah, I believe she is better, and I think Britt deserves more. That's the thing, Joel. Yeah, she definitely got paid a lot. She definitely got paid a lot. I think in WWE and in AEW, definitely in AEW coming in. Tony Khan was throwing a bunch of money at her to come in for sure. Featured heavily. I remember when I went to the first ever All In. She was in the stands. She was in attendance there, and they made a big deal about it. And I just thought, couldn't really care. I think Tony puts a lot of money into people that a lot of fans don't care about, which is a problem. I think eventually Kevin, because it's just the standard heel turn, isn't it? That they're gonna betray her, then something's gonna happen. Yeah, that's correct, Joel. Yeah, that's you're right, mate. She quit WWE because I think it was something to do with creative. I think they got asked to drop the belts for something like that, and then yes, they just left. And apparently, it was Sasha that was basically goading that other woman to do the same thing. And I think that's the problem, Joel. I mean, I agree with you there. AEW is a bit washed. Yeah, that's not Naomi, correct say. But yeah, no, I think that's the stage where it's getting to. It's getting to that TNA stage, which isn't good, because TNA brought up a load of ex WWE washed up wrestlers that were big time, and then look what happened. And Tony Khan, I thought, was gonna evolve the sport, evolve it, bring up some of these new guys and create fresh storylines with fresh people. And he's done it to a certain degree. He done it in the early days, but not anymore. But I think that's just it's not good that Tony's doing that. And this is the problem with the roster being so stacked, is that clearly, because he's paying that a lot of money for these big names, that it's getting to the point where you're not developing the other guys. Rahil, no, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Yeah, I agree, Kev, and I think that's the thing. WWE do like build up their talent in a good way, with through the NXT system, and that's the way that ROH should be bringing up the new guys. Or you had the AEW Dark, but they're just not doing it. Who are the newcomers from AEW? Where are the indie guys? I wanted, people might give crap on Sammy Guevara, but I don't mind Sammy Guevara personally. And why was he not elevated? I thought he had a big storyline with Chris Jericho at the beginning, but where did it go? I don't see the build for the newer guys. Yeah, I like Marco Stunt. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I feel like that's the thing. NXT build up their stars correctly to then move them on to WWE. There was even talks, I think, about who was it that they was talking about? I forgot their names. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Christian, I do like what he's doing. I like that raw, rough, and I think that's the thing. Is coming back to that whole attitude era. The whole attitude era, risky. Just no holds barred, talking trash. And Christian brings it. Christian, I think, in his character development, some of the best work that he's done in his whole career is in AEW for sure. And yeah, if anything, it made me tune into him more. I wasn't a massive Christian fan beforehand, but with his time in AEW, he's someone that's elevated, and that's someone who was already built up coming in. Real, yeah, it was in terms of the bag. I just think you've already pulled that trick once, and we've already seen it, want for especially for a pay-per-view, I want them to come up with a bit more. Not, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," like, you know, just a bit more of a division, you know? It doesn't have to be so, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," sort of thing, you know? Caught for attempted murder. That's the thing. That's the thing, Joe, isn't it? What happens? I just think it's more of a division in the locker room, and then I think maybe we could potentially see that Shane McMahon appearance with a divide, like more of the invasion angle. Yeah, they could be going for real type stuff for Hill. I just feel as if it's not good enough. It's not good enough. There's a difference between like good storytelling and then just flat out just being murderous and callous. There's a big difference. Rock and Cody was good, and I mean that whole storyline there was a bit iffy, because of all of the drama. It was going to go um, Roman and Rock, but yeah, I agree with you, though. That Cody storyline was really good, but then look where it's led them. Yeah, it was one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time for sure, with a big payoff. But it's also fell flat now as well, isn't it? But now that the Rock's back in, it could build it back up. Yep, yep. That's the thing, Joel. I'm hoping that there is some turns. Maybe that would be a bit more of a storytelling element. Some turns within it, which will be good to see. I think Swerve goes up against Shelton Benjamin. I think, potentially, but then maybe Swerve Shelton Benjamin, and then Bobby Lashley appears. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm thinking Shelton Benjamin, Swerve, full gear, and then Bobby Lashley makes an appearance. I think that's when they're gonna debut Bobby Lashley is at full gear, and it's gonna be Shelton Benjamin versus Swerve. Yeah, real Bobby Lashley, mate. It's been reported that he has signed with AEW, so it's just a matter of time. I think it's a done deal. It's just that I thought they was gonna introduce him tonight, but they didn't. Real, yeah. Like no joke. It's reported that Bobby Lashley has signed with AEW. It's just about a matter of time of when they utilize him. So that's the thing, though, Joel. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to challenge him in a real fight though, because he has got some MMA experience, hasn't he? But I don't know if you're aware, he does. He's legitimate as well in terms of that he can actually fight. Oh yeah, that WrestleMania match. Yeah, he's too bulky, isn't he? He's too bulky. Big up to South London. Whereabouts you from, real? Walking sideways through doors. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, you're from the US. I'm not from South. I'm not from South. I'm from East London, actually. But yeah, from South, East London. East End. Have you ever visited the UK? Have you ever visited? Yeah, I must admit, London is a bit of a dive. It's a bit of a shithole. Been a while, yeah. That's the thing, though. Where are they going to go with this whole thing, though? Oh, mate, you're only saying that, Joel, because I sound from East, yeah? If you said if it was the other way around, you would have said East, didn't it? But, yeah, no, when was the last time you visited here then, Rohill? Was it good for you? I mean, clearly you said been a while, but, it's not the best, London, man. It's not the best. It's not the best. Isn't that where we send our mate? They're all over the place, man. They're all over the place. There's probably prisons all over London. That's probably Australia, mate. It's probably Australia. But yeah, no, London's full of prisons and it's just a shithole, man. It's gone downhill. 14 years, yeah, yeah. Don't come over it. You will regret it, man. Stay wherever you are. You know what I said to Joel, I'm flying out to the US anyway. I'm flying out to the US in December. So, oh, mate, there's sun up here. No, there. You know what? There isn't just yet. You know what? It gets bright here around about 6:30 in the morning. It's currently 20 to 6 in the morning. That, that that's the problem with me. Where I like my US stuff, I stay up late quite a lot, and yeah, that doesn't help me. Doesn't do me any favors. Yeah, what you? Oh, I heard about that, man. I heard about the hurricane and that. Was you been affected by it yet? Like, do you know people that have been affected by it? It's around Orlando area, wasn't it? Yeah, so it sucks. It sucks here with the timing and that. I think that's one of the good things, when the UFC has early pay per views or WWE does an early PLE. Okay, Western North Carolina. Mm. Yeah, no, it's crap to do with that hurricane stuff. And not only that, wasn't it a category four about a week beforehand or something like that? It's mad out there. I was like, I mean, a lot of people will say don't watch CNN, innit? Full of fake news. But I was watching CNN and the floods there just look ridiculous. Joe, man, you make me laugh. Ugh. I saw this one story about a guy who was camping out. He was like, "Oh no, I don't care about this hurricane. I'm just going to sit in my boat." Have you heard about that guy? Where he was just like, "I'm just going to sit in my just going to sit in my boat." Is the media scrum happening? It might be. I think the media scrum should be happening. I would actually do a side by side and have the media scrum on it. I just don't want to get copyrighted by AEW because. But believe it or not, guys, yeah, I did actually show an AEW pay per view on my channel once, live streaming it, and AEW was quick to take that down, so quick. So yeah, if you catch me on here again, yeah, it's not something I want to do. Is just talk. Don't get me wrong, I like talking to you guys, and I'll always talk to you guys, but I also try and do the decent thing and will provide you with the content as well. Just yeah, I can't be having those copyright strikes, man. Yeah, the media scrum is live now. Yeah, it's not a case of watching them for free. It's a case of I understand the media scrums are for free, but then it's just about AEW taking it down because it's their content, isn't it? They're a bit fussy like that. But yeah, the media scrum is on there, guys. If you just want to tune out, you're more than welcome to. Oh, the pay-per-view free. Yeah, you can watch them free. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can stream it. Yeah. No, exactly, exactly. The problem is though, uh, Joel, is is that a lot of people probably don't know how to. So a lot of people come on here and then think that it's the legit thing. Yeah, but yeah, if anyone struggles for links for a stream in future, let us know and I can sort you out for sure. Because that's the thing with those streams, man. They're all right for 2 minutes and then they just go down. Do you know what I mean? And you have to try and find a new one. But yeah, no, on the media scrum at the minute, it is Takeshita. Yeah, all that, Joel. Yeah, it's so many pop ups, though, isn't it, man? So many pop ups. You can get a lot of pop ups. The thing is, I wouldn't mind sharing the screen and for the post media scrum. I just don't want to get taken down by them lot. Because yeah, I don't know whether I would or not. That's the thing. I think they would though, innit? Because it's their copyright material still. Um, Private Party should have won. Yeah, Rahil, I agree with you, mate. Because the thing is with the Young Bucks, right? As EVPs, they have like an overbearing amount of say on the creative. All right, no worries, Rahil. No worries, mate. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that they have so much creative control over AEW. It's unreal, and they're just going to book themselves to win. That's all they're going to do. They're going to book themselves to win time and time again, and it's a load of shit when they're doing that. To be honest with you, like Private Party in that looked good tonight as well in that match. Um, I don't see why not. The thing is, though, is what happened to the whole Sesame Club as well. That was big. That was big, big time last year. That was so over with the crowd. That's fell flat with Max Caster and that, hasn't it? Or Max Caster. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. It's a bit of a tricky one, Joel. Maybe they need to beef up their tag team division. The Lucha Bros, I really rate the Lucha Bros, right? And it's sad because I know they're looking to go to WWE. They're looking to go to WWE. But yeah, the Lucha Bros, they're going to be sorely missed from an AEW standpoint, I think, because they bring a lot to the tag team division. MXM, are you referring to there? Oh, God, real? Oh, God. Yeah, it don't help, does it, as well, when they're getting into charges for gun charges like last year, isn't it? Well, didn't one of them get a gun charge last year? I think if you're getting gun charges, um, I don't think Tony Khan's going to book you that well, is he? Who was, see, I'm losing my head. I know one of them got gun charges last year. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. With a good promo. That's the thing, though. I think Tony Khan needs to build up on his homegrown talent a lot more. Like as I said earlier, he just needs to grow on it for sure. And he's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's just putting the well-known guys. I understand for the brand value. He's trying to get these guys in. like because the amount of money that he's paying, but it's not paying off. It's not paying off. It's a load of crap that he's putting on. I don't agree with it, and I'm an AEW fan. Like I've been to shows, um, went to the past two All Ins, but yeah, Bam Bangan was good. Yeah, I think we were saying earlier, Jay White needs to be booked a lot better. Jay White is a good wrestler, and he's like Tony Khan in general isn't utilizing that good talent that he's purchased from New Japan well enough. I was All In. Um, All In was good. All In was good. So I went this year and I went last year. So I went to the first All In and the last one. Was it expensive? Yeah, it was. Last year was £200 per ticket. Um, so I went with me, myself, my partner. It was £200 per ticket, and we was on the lower tier, but the room was so far away that you was mainly looking at the screens. To be honest with you, yes, I know travel hotels. Yeah, and it does help as well that I work for the train company in the UK, so I get free transport. But yeah, um, yeah. So it wasn't too bad for me. They do take the mick though with like concessions, with the concession stands and stuff like that, drinks. Yeah, that's the thing. Live wrestling events now, for what it is, um, I don't like to pay the money. Like I actually got cheap tickets on resale this year, up top for All In. Bear in mind I was up top, but first row. I actually had a better view than what I did with my £200 tickets the year previous. And it was a good view. And the funny thing was is that the guy who sold the tickets actually worked for Wembley Stadium where they was at, and I didn't know this at the time. But essentially, for £90 tickets, which were cheaper anyway from the previous year, I got them for like £20, which was really cheap. So I was happy. I was just there, spent a lot of spent the money on booze that I would have spent on a ticket, On so, but yeah, it was good. I just think if you're spending that amount of money, I'd rather go and watch something like the UFC personally, um, just because of like it's legit. And don't get me wrong, I like the storytelling within wrestling. But to the amount of money that they're charging for this, for the amount of money that they're charging to be at the events, it's not worth it. That's the thing. WWE talking about at the minute the largest gates. They're getting like the UFC where they're just charging enormous amounts of money to be there. And yeah, I agree with you, Joel. It's made for TV, and I think a lot of the wrestlers were annoyed when it went to HD because it was much more clearer and you can see what was going on, which is understandable as well. Because in standard definition, with all them pixels, you can't make out as much. But yeah, no, pay-per-views, mate, are usually I watch from home. Obviously, I haven't gone to any WWE pay-per-views over here, like Money in the Bank. If they do a WrestleMania eventually, I'll probably go to that. Reason why I went to All In is because it's their version of WrestleMania, like the biggest thing. And it was good to see Sting. I didn't see Sting before, and I wanted to see Sting, so it's good for that. But I did go to a TNA house show, which was good back in the day in 2008. See, that's you're talking $40-50, and back then in the 90s, with inflation, that is still a lot of money. Like even for pay-per-views, they're a lot of money. But I remember, yeah, staying up Sunday morning. Like for the UK fans, it would be Sunday morning. No, sorry, Monday morning. And I had school. This was years and years ago. Well, I had school on the Monday morning, and I'd stay up and watch the pay-per-view literally from 1 a.m. Monday morning to like 5 a.m. and still go to school the next day. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the problem with being a UK fan, man. Them late times. Yeah, Sundays at 8. Yeah, so when it was on Sundays at 8, it would start over 1 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. And when you have school, it's not the best thing to do. But when you're a kid and you got school, but I'm glad I done it. I'm glad I done it. Good times. But that's the thing I never understood was the whole pay per view PLE model was moving to Saturdays now. Like it was always Sundays, always Sundays. Probably because they didn't get as many people watching it, as what they do on Saturdays. Yeah, I think that's the good thing about the network though, Joel, is the $8 a month for the WWE network, and you get the catalog, which is good. But I don't are they doing away with that though? Because they're going to Netflix. Can you still get the pay per views on network, or is it all moving to Netflix and you have to buy the pay per views through there? Yeah, because I understand it's going to Netflix, but are they going to charge? I wonder. I don't know. Oh, it's on Peak. Yeah, because do they charge for the pay per view separately? Because I know with the UFC, it's you got to have an ESPN Plus subscription, and then you pay for the pay per view on top of that, which is $80, which is ridiculous. On top of an ESPN Plus subscription. Oh, okay, and they're going to continue with that because we get the pay per views on that as well, or not? Yeah, I think that's the big problem with the UFC model is that you get the ESPN Plus subscription and then you have to pay for your pay per view on top. Saw a little bit of a scrum. It started 20 minutes late. Oh, nice, nice. I hope they continue with that though, because if they start to, I think that deal was up though, isn't it? Within the next year or so, 2025, end of 2025. I could be wrong. It's gonna be crap though if they start doing WWE on Netflix and then charging for the pay per view on top. Oh, that's good. That's not too bad, Joel. That's not bad. Oh, just Raw. Okay. Because I think for us international fans, it's everything that's moving. So just Raw to Netflix for you lot, and then for us, it's SmackDown, NXT, everything. Oh, that's a bit of a shit scrum, isn't it, real? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're definitely different, and yeah, it's like your Netflix is completely different. You have better content. I usually VPN it, so I VPN um, my Netflix account to US and watch some good shows because we don't get it on the UK Netflix. Yeah, yeah, NXT on CW. I think it's a bit weird that it's all on different um, channels. Danielson officially retiring after that. Says Blue Storm. Uh, is he meant to? Yeah, yeah, his reign was short. I just think, as I was saying to the guys in the chat who've already heard this, I think it's going to be an angle, where they're going to try and avenge Bryan Danielson, and I won't be surprised if he's involved in that. Get on Sky Sports or Ten Sports or TNT. Um, yeah, it's on TNT. It's on TNT Sports Real over here. But after after December 31st, it's all going to Netflix for UK. Literally everything. AEW is on ITV. That's not changing. But the thing is, though, is we actually have delay. We have a delay over here in the UK. So funny enough, I usually stream um, AEW on Wednesdays when it's on live on what's it on TBS? Yeah, on TBS. Because otherwise, you have to wait like a week. Over here in the UK, we're like a week behind when it comes to AEW, which is shit because when you're going into a pay per view, you're not up to date. If you was going to go by the TV model within the UK, um, it's not good. Whereas WWE's live, it's shown on TNT Sports. But yeah, and I'll just get back to your comment there, Bluestorm. I think he's gonna. I still think he's gonna do something. Oh, what's that? You stream it. But yeah, no. Going back to your comment there, Bluestorm. I think Danielson's gonna have a. I still think the feud's continuing. I think Bryan Danielson will be involved, or people are gonna avenge him. You know, and then we could see the Shane McMahon coming in. Whilst you're here, though, guys, Joel and Real, and whether Kevin's still here, he might not be, but yeah, I just want to say cheers, guys, for you know chatting and that. It's good to chat. Yeah, in ring, I think in ring is potentially over. It depends how they play it, Like if it's storyline driven, it might be that that basically some of the guys in the locker room do the fighting for Danielson, and Danielson could be their little manager, cornerman. That Danielson's just in a wheelchair, and they're all fighting for him. I think it's the way that it's getting stupid with the AEW storylines, but what you do, what you do. Hey, welcome by the way, Real. Welcome. Right. What's it, lads? I'm probably going to end this stream, but yeah, feel free to subscribe, guys, and I'll be live anyway. I'll be live for the next pay per view for sure, and yeah, we can have a chat there if you want. But yeah, no, cheers for sticking around and having a chat. It's good. It's good. All right, because it is 2 minutes to 6 in the morning. I think I need to go to my bed, especially after that shit show. Fucking hell. Ugh. But no, cheers, guys. Much appreciated. Yeah, and I'll hopefully see you all on the next live stream. All right. Take care, guys.